clicking on my channel, Joy's Way. I'm Joy, and if you can see, this is Riri. Hi, baby. Hi. Thank you. I'm on my bed, and we are doing the second part of my eyeshadow collection. But if you're new here, I want to welcome you, and if you are a returning supporter of mine, welcome back, awesome person. So let's go ahead and finish this part 2 out. So anyways, I was getting ready to show you the Tinkerbell Sprinkle a Little Magic palette, and I think Riri realized I'm recording and she didn't want nothing to do with that. Anyhow, I just bought this palette and I've done one look with it. I think, yes, I've done one look with it off camera, but I actually love it. I love it, love it, love it, and I didn't use the eye primer with it, and it turned out really nice. So I don't know if ColourPop's formula changes from like collaboration to collaboration. I don't know how that works actually. So I did like that one. First ColourPop palette that I've used that I did not need an eye primer with. Then I have this Pinky Rose Cosmetic Sunflower palette, and this is actually a very nice neutrals palette with a little pop of a color in it, and it's actually very pigmented. It is buildable and it does spread very well. I am liking every Pinky Rose Cosmetics that I get because I have a few of their palettes. Alrighty. I haven't even been counting. I haven't. I don't even want to know. Now let's see. I have some littler palettes I'm going to try to get through first. I have the Violet Voss, this Corals palette, I believe. I don't know, but it does have coral colors in it, so there's that. I really like this palette, actually. I really, really like that color right there. And I know, like, last year, when I got this palette, I was a little bummed because I got this in my Ipsy, and I'd also gotten another palette I'll show you. Actually, I'll show you right now. So, I had gotten it in my Ipsy, like I was saying, and then in Boxy, I got the Peak palette, and I got my BoxyCharm first, and so I'd already, you know, seen the Peak palette or whatever. And this palette by Natasha Denona is beautiful, and I love all of Natasha Denona's palettes that I've gotten. The formula, just amazing. And I'm told that the formula for BoxyCharm isn't even nowhere near as good as her normal formula. And I hope one day that I can get that. It is a goal of mine. But this palette right here, I was upset because I thought it looked so much like the Natasha Denona palette. But no, it doesn't. It really doesn't. And then I have this other, it's called Anya palette. This is like a neutral palette, straight up neutrals. And this, I was like, yay. I've only used it a couple of times, but it is really, really pretty. It's almost as pretty, I don't know what I was going to say with that. It's pretty anyways, and I love the formula on this. Also, and I also have another one of the palettes, the Jubilee palette, but that I haven't used yet, so. And then I have this High Tide palette by ColourPop, and I had to have this so bad. Had to. Andy Does Stuff has this palette, so does a couple of other people that I watch, and I hate it. I don't know what it is. I've tried this palette with eye primer, without eye primer. I've used it with browns, blacks. I've used it just one color at a time. I don't know. I just don't think that this color and this color, which is the two main colors I got it for. Oh, and that one too. So these two and then this one, I don't like them. The ones that I really, really wanted. Now, my husband says I look good in it. I appreciate him for telling me that, but I think it's kind of like, you know, how I don't think I look good in reds. I don't think I look good in these, what is it, like turquoise? Like turquoise blue colors? Yeah. Unfortunately. And then this was a bummer. This is the Urban Decay Wired Pressed Pigment palette, and I got this from the Busy Beauty store. She's on Instagram, and you can order makeup from her, $50 or more. I ordered $150 for everything. That was tax, shipping, all of it. So I don't really know. I want to say I probably got at least $125 worth of product. And this palette absolutely, positively sucks ass. Like, there's no pigment payoff. It don't look like it's neon. It don't work that well with or without primer. I don't know. I don't even know why I keep it. I think I keep it because the package is pretty. I really do. I think that's the only reason why I keep it. And then I have another ColourPop Garden Variety palette, and this palette is beautiful. And I love those colors when I'm looking to do a more softer look. Yeah. This is like a springy type palette. So, but I think that this, I forgot what I was going to say. Like, does it happen to anybody? But anyways, I think I was going to say something in the aspect of, like, palettes I don't care about for, like, seasons. But I do know that some people do like that. They like their, you know, to wear certain palettes for certain seasons. I mainly wear purples and browns. But that's just, you know, that's what I choose when but I do like to wear other colors. Alright, so I have this Mood palette, and for like 3 years, I swear, so many people, this was before I started doing my own channel, everybody's trying to get rid of this palette, and I don't know why. It is a good palette. I have used it enough to where I have panned the purple. Now, I don't really use the highlight on here, only because, I keep forgetting that there's highlighters in this palette, but I like this palette too. This is one of those palettes that you could, you know, if you just only had to take like one palette with you, I mean, eyeshadow and highlight, woo, that's what I'm talking about. One of my favorite palettes is the Venice Fling Bailey Sarian and Estate Cosmetics palette. And I absolutely love this palette. Absolutely love it. I know some people don't. When I first got it, I used it really a lot. Like, all the time. And then it just kind of fades out. Like, all my other palettes do. They just kind of fade out. Like, because I get so many of them. And I feel like I'm never, ever going to be able to, oh, what is it? I'm never, ever going to be able to, like, pan a whole palette ever. Unless I, like, quit getting new palettes and, like, throw the majority of them away and just, you know, pick a couple of them. And that's never going to happen. And then I have this Ofra Good To Go palette. And it's okay. Like, I've used it a couple of times. Mainly for the green right there. But, like, it's just a palette that I don't grab for. It has got some pretty, you know, and, like, I have all these highlights. Like, the Ofra highlights, I have all of them. Pretty much, I think, except for that pink one. But I never really wear pink. And that blush is too bright for me, and this bronzer is too dark for me, but it's an okay palette. I mean, Ofra is a name brand, and I did get this off of my BoxyCharm, but I have ordered, like, lipsticks and stuff off of Ofra's website, and I just think that for as expensive as they are, they're just an okay brand. Then I have this Beauty Bakery Breakfast in Bed eyeshadow palette, and this is another okay palette. It's very neutrals, and, you know, 20, like, let's say from, like, 13 to 32-year-old Joy, that's all she would have wanted was these colors. But then, like, after I turned 32, something happened where I was just like, fuck it, I don't care, I'm wearing colors. I have this Color Story Ocean Oasis Pressed Pigment palette. And this palette's okay. I got this palette from from Glitz Glam Box, and I do believe that this is another indie brand, and I'm not sure, I'm just guessing. I should probably look, but I don't like this palette at all. This is one of those palettes that I'm probably going to end up giving to my granddaughter or somebody, you know, that's, you know, new with makeup or whatever. It's just not my cup of tea, but it would be perfect for, like, somebody that was a beginner. Now, I have the At Forest Sight by Raw Beauty Christie and ColourPop, and mwah, one of my favorite palettes. And that's the colors there. And this palette, like, mainly for the greens, I ain't even gonna lie. I love all of these colors right down here. That color's okay, but these colors right here are my favorites out of the whole palette. I was super bummed that I wasn't able to get her palette that she got done with Pura is it? But I've heard more people say that it's bad than people say that it's good, so I might have bit the bullet and got lucky on that one. I think that's how you say it. I don't know. Anyways, then I have this Lime Crime Venus 3 palette. And I love the packaging on this. And this palette is super, super beautiful. One of my more played with palettes. So, yes, I like it a lot. Alrighty, then I have the Sharian 2 by Juvia's Place. And I don't even know if I've ever used this palette, honestly. I may have only swatched it. Let's see. It looks like that. And then... oh no, I've used it once. I used it one time, mainly for that blue color. The, right here, this blue color. And the only thing... I don't know. Maybe I haven't. Maybe I've only swatched it. You can kind of tell, like, after you've been, been dealing with makeup for a while, at least for me, I guess I can't speak for everybody, but speaking for just myself, you can tell what it looks like when you swatch a palette and when you use, like, a brush to it. And so I don't even think I've used this palette yet. I think I just swatched it. So that's interesting, because sometimes I think that I've used something, and then I'm like, oh, no. Then I have this NYX Professional Makeup Ultra Edit, and it's just this little itty-bitty palette, and I've used this one time, I think, and I used it for the green. I needed to add green, and it worked out pretty good, but I've never used it itself to see if it's supposed to be, because every time that I get a palette and it's supposed to be like neon colors, they're not even close, and it pisses me off, and I'm just tired of being pissed off. I won this palette and Teresa Starship. She had a giveaway a while back ago, and I was super excited because I had ordered this and put it in my giveaway pile, and then I won this in her giveaway. And I'm going to tell you something. I had never tried half-caked eyeshadow before. Or have I? You know, I don't even remember. But anyways, I absolutely loved this palette when I used it. It was just so easy to work with, so easy to play with. The pink was pigmented, the shiny was shiny, the browns were blendable. But as I'm like, I guess I'm like 50-50, like half of my palettes are neutrals and the other half are colors. I just recently got this at TJ Maxx, and I've played with it twice. That's it, 2 times. I've used the Aries and the Capricorn, and made looks with those colors, I believe. I could be completely wrong. All I know is the Leo colors were ugly. Let me see where they at. Right here. I just don't think that them are my colors, and they might be. I might just be being picky. But I like the Scorpio colors the best, and the Gemini. Just saying. I like purples. Better than oranges or anything. Oh. And I have this Too Faced, what is it? Face and Eye Palette Deluxe, and I got this from Busy Beauty when I ordered that. I believe I got this from Busy Beauty. If not, I got it in a mystery box or something. And this is the palette, and this palette's really pretty good. You know, you have to use eye primer with it, like all Too Faced palettes, but I like Too Faced. I've never really had a problem with their palettes other than the eye primer thing. And then I've only used this a couple of times, and this blush is just like, oh no, I didn't even use that blush actually. I've only used this. I used this shimmer. So the reason I haven't used this blush is because I just feel like it's going to be way too dark. Just looking at it, like, I'm like, I don't know. And I have so much makeup now that I don't have to try to make things work, that if they don't work, I can just be like, done with it. Alright, and then I have my little mint e.l.f., which I have another one of these somewhere too. I don't know what oh, it's in my e.l.f. box. But that's one of my mint e.l.f. I don't know, they both say mint e.l.f. Mint e.l.f. on it. But this one is like the more lighter one. Like the other one I have that I haven't used yet has like a brown over here or something. And this is, let me tell you, I got this for like $4. I love e.l.f. makeup. I love e.l.f. makeup. And then I have my cute little Viseart palettes right here. And these are $30 palettes, and I tell you what, they are so worth it. Like, you may think that's a lot of money, and, you know, you have every right to think that. You may never want to spend that type of money in your life, but I'm so glad that I got these, because I would buy these. Like, I would recommend them to anybody. And the payoff, the color payoff is there. They're blendable, they're buildable. And the shimmer is shimmery, because some shimmers are not shimmery, and I like the shiny. You know what I mean? I like the shiny a lot, a lot, a lot. And then I just had one of these little palettes too that I just put in my giveaway box because, like, you just only need so many little palettes. This is a fun palette. This is the Lovecraft Beauty Eyeshadow Palette. I just love the design on it. The little, I'm not sure if that's a moth or butterfly, but either way, it's super cute. And then these are the colors. And this, for me, I use a lot of the white, as you can see. This white works really, really well. Like, if you put something on and you put it on a little bit too dark and you need to tone the color down, I've learned that some whites work better than others, and this white works really good. Alright, now I'm starting to get to some of my bigger palettes. I got this palette recently, and this is by Ace Beauté, and it is the Floral Vintage palette. I actually seen my girl, what's her name? My dog sidetracked me. My girl, MJ Unboxes, or aka Johanna, she got this in a pop-up or drop shop sale. Hey, Missy, get down! But she had bought this, and then she did a look with it, and I was like, oh, I absolutely need it. Did I? No. Did I think I did? Yes, I thought I absolutely needed it. I have used this palette like 3 or 4 times since I've gotten it, and I absolutely love it. Like, it's every color that I've used so far has been an amazing, amazing payoff. And you don't even need eye primer with it. That's what makes it best. Alrighty, then I got this iconic London palette last year in it's called the Day 2 Slay eyeshadow palette. And this is like a $62 palette. $52 or $62 palette. And I got this in a mystery box off of Etsy. Was it Etsy? It was either Etsy or, I don't remember. I think it was Etsy. But anyways, it's one of my very first videos that I ever done of a mystery box. And I was like, I love this palette. This palette is beautiful, but it's what? Neutrals? So yeah. So when this palette became available on BoxyCharm pop-ups, you got it if you had the premium box, but I did not have the premium box. So I ordered it just to order it because there's, you know, a couple of touches of color in it. And the other palette was just amazing. Like, this palette is just as amazing. I'm super happy with it, and it gives me just enough color to consider it a color palette and not a neutral palette. Like, and it's buildable. I love buildable palettes. Now, don't get me wrong, I love a nice bold shadow that I can just put right on my eyelid and know that it's going to pop. But I also like a palette, or not a palette, a color that I know I can build it up and get it to the, you know, color payoff that I want. So then I also have this Tarte High Performance Neutral Tarteus Pro Mix, and you know what? I just don't think that I like Tarte palettes. I don't like this palette. It is a beautiful palette, but I don't think it pays off the way I want it to, with or without eye primer. It don't do anything for me, and it's kind of patchy. No matter, like, there's always patchy spots. Like, I'm not sure why, but there's always patchy spots, and it really, really sucks because this is a beautiful palette. So I don't know. I think I tried another Tarte palette like a while back ago. I don't even have it anymore, and I didn't like that one either. Alright, then I have the Queen palette, and ooh, let me tell you, I love this palette. This is one of my favorite palettes that I use. I grab it for all kinds of looks to use by itself or to add to an already ongoing palette, or ongoing look that I'm already using. Like, I'm honestly surprised that I haven't hit pan, but that's the thing, like, some of these palettes are so pigmented that you just need a little tap and you will get what you want, and that's what this does. You just need a little tap and you get the color payoff that you want. I absolutely love it. Love it, love it, love it. Then I have this ADH Nervina Collection palette, and I'm so glad. Like, I got these on the pop-up sales from BoxyCharm, and for $24, and I can't remember how much they originally are. They're like $64 or something like that. 80, I can't remember. But I just don't think that they would be worth the amount that, you know, they are on the actual website. I can't remember. I think I don't remember. One of these palettes does really good. One of the palettes does really, really good. This is the number, what is that? This is the Volume 3 palette. But I also have the Volume 1 palette too. And I can't remember right at the very moment. One of these palettes works great, and the other palette is bullshit. Like, it makes me so mad because they come from the same company, and they cost the same amount, and you would think that... Okay, I'm going to say that the orange one is crap, and that the purple one looks good, because I've used this palette more than the orange one. I can tell by... just by looking at it. So I was super upset because the orange, like, I have a lot of purples, you know, but I don't have a lot of pretty oranges, and I think orange looks good on me, and I just slammed that for no damn reason. But I did not like the way that this paid off. It could just have been a bad palette. I do understand that happens, but it's bullshit. That's all I'm saying. I need to hurry up. I don't want to make this a three-parter. So then I have this Morphe palette, and I won this in... it says Morphe 35M palette, and I won it in... I don't remember, but I won it in a giveaway. I won it in a giveaway. She doesn't... she hasn't been recording. Like, I don't know if she just decided YouTube wasn't her thing, and she just quit, or if she, you know, got ill and ended up in a nursing home, or passed away. I have no idea what happened to her. But anyways, I got this from Influencer. Yes, Influencer sent me a Pat McGrath Labs palette, and I absolutely love it. This palette I'll probably keep with me for the rest of my life, just because it's a Pat McGrath Labs palette, and as much as I want to buy another palette or two, I don't see how I could actually do that. I feel good about myself. This is my Nikki Tutorials and Beauty Bay palette. This too is one of my favorite palettes, but I don't grab for this palette that much anymore because of all these other palettes that I have, because I have all of these colors. And with Nikki's palette, half of her shades you have to use your finger with, because this tells you what to do. You either have to use a finger with, or you have to use a brush with, and it's just so much easier just to be able to grab a palette that I know I don't need to use my finger with. So this is my Pinky Rose palette, and I've used this twice, and if you love pink, and some of these colors look purple, but it's like a purple pink-ish, like, does that make sense? Like, they're not like a normal purple, they're not like purple, they all have like a pink, like, tone to them. So if you like pink, Pinky Rose Cosmetics is a wonderful brand. They're very affordable, and you don't need eye primer with this, and this stains your eyelids, like, with or without eye primer, it stains your eyelids. And then the last palette that I have to show you is my e.l.f. 150 shade palette. Now, I do use this a lot, and I've had this since 2015. Now, mind you, it hasn't been opened and being used since 2015 because I lost it and then I found it, but still, this shadow was sitting in my room, in my closet, and it was just, you know, getting older and older and older and older, and it was 5 years old before I actually opened it and started playing with it. And here, let me show you. Let me swatch a couple of them. We're going to do a purple, we're going to do a blue, and then we're going to do a green. So there are the colors, and then we're just going to swatch it right there. And hopefully that came out really good, because I can't tell at the moment. Ooh, yeah, see? I'm telling you, like, they say, you know, it's only good for 12 months or 18 months, but, like, that's really good color payoff. Now, seriously, if I had to get rid of every palette but one, I would keep this palette right here, because this palette straight up has every color in it that I need. Every color in it. So, you know, and e.l.f., I've always loved e.l.f. They were one of my top brands. I do hope that you enjoyed watching me show you my palette collection. And I'm going to put here or here somewhere exactly how many palettes over here that we went through for the last two videos. And then maybe if you guys want, let me know down in the comments below if you'd like me to show you the palettes that I have not used yet, because I don't know if I'm going to keep them or if I'm just going to gift them out since the holidays are coming and I already have all these. I haven't decided yet, but let me know if you want to see them or not. Remember, I appreciate every single minute that you come and hang out with me. I do love you. I hope you have a wonderful day. Remain awesome, and peace out, awesome crew.